Here's your wrestling news for November 16th, 2020, and your headlines for today include: President of SAG-AFTRA labor union reaches out to Zelina Vega after her release from WWE. Why there is resentment among WWE superstars. Alexa Bliss and Ryan Cabrera are now engaged to be married. Marriage proposal footage is out. WWE planned a major angle for Aalyah, Mysterio, and Murphy. Indie wrestler apologizes big time after yelling "Getty Guerrero" during match. Sami Zayn is in major trouble with WWE management. A never-before-heard WWE Backstage fight is revealed after 15 years. Shaquille O'Neal backstage at AEW event. Kane reveals if he's retired from WWE, and more. We are kicking off today with Zelina Vega's release from WWE. As though she was fired for supporting unions and refusing to quit Twitch, it's not all bad news. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Vega was making more money through third-party deals while she was working for WWE, and she's not the only woman on the roster to be doing so. Not only did Vega continue on Twitch despite WWE's rule, but she also opened an OnlyFans account and even sold one photo for $100. Now she'll be able to do as many deals with sites like Twitch, Cameo, and OnlyFans without issues from WWE, and though fans won't be seeing her in the Thunderdome, she'll still be able to earn plenty outside the company. Although Vega has gone from the company, her abrupt and arguably unfair release has caused a stir online, as several bodies are giving their support to her. Shortly after her release, Vega was contacted by Gabrielle Carteris, the Beverly Hills 90210 actress and president of SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild of American Federation of TV and Radio Artists. A union that represents over 160,000 people in entertainment, Vega has received a ton of support, including Andrew Yang, who said that he's not finished with Vince McMahon following Vega's release. It's being reported that Vega knew her time was up by the time she sent out her unionization tweet, and after she was released, took to Twitch, something she can do now, to thank everybody who supported her. Though she's gone from WWE, Vega confirmed she's not leaving wrestling despite her 90-day non-compete clause, and the former superstar would be a huge addition to the roster of either AEW or Impact. One thing we know for certain is that Vega won't be at any WWE house shows, as the ongoing global situation has caused WWE to nix their live event schedule, reducing how much a superstar can earn. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer explained how there's plenty of superstars who aren't happy about this, noting, "There is a resentment that, okay, before we were working 4 nights a week and working our ass off and traveling all over the country and having to pay for hotels, and now we're working 1 day a week and we have a lot of time off, so we're figuring out ways to make money with our time off to augment the money that we're not making, and then they try to take it away from us." The money being taken away obviously refers to WWE's rule about third-party deals, as those superstars are working 1 night a week. They can't use the remaining 6 days to earn more via third-party deals. The fact that Vega was released after refusing to stop her Twitch streams shows just how serious WWE is taking their rule, and until something changes, it looks like superstars will just have to make do, earning far less than they used to. We've got some much happier news now concerning Alexa Bliss next, as the former Raw Women's Champion is now engaged. On social media, Bliss shared news of her engagement to Ryan Cabrera, noting how it was 1 year ago that they met, and now they're engaged. Bliss and Cabrera met through friends, as Ryan is very close to The Miz and has appeared on Miz and Mrs. in the past. Given that it was a public proposal, Cabrera made sure it was filmed so Bliss could share it online, with the caption confirming how much she loves her fiancé. WWE have also sent out a congratulatory message to the happy couple, who were together for a little while before news of the relationship broke in February. Given the ongoing global situation, it's uncertain what kind of wedding the two will have or when it'll take place, but we here at Slat Rock Wrestling would like to send our congratulations to the happy couple. Speaking of weddings, it's been a while since fans saw a WWE-style ceremony, but we could see one happen very soon. According to our sources, there were plans for a wedding between Murphy and Aalyah at some point that would have seen the Australian turn on the Mysterio family, but obviously that hasn't happened yet. It was also noted that a planned wedding for the two kayfabe lovebirds could still happen with Seth Rollins out of the picture, and that the Murphy-Mysterio storyline will continue in some form without the architect. With Rollins set to face Murphy this Friday, it seems he's wrapping things up and will be gone after Survivor Series as his fiancée Becky Lynch is expected to give birth soon, with Dave Meltzer noting it could be in a week or two. It seems like Rollins is mere days away from going from being the Monday Night Messiah to the Friday Night Father, and whilst the man and Rollins are set to be married, fans nearly got to see a different kind of wedding happen in the ring. Now, when you're a heel, your job is to garner heat from fans, but recently, indie wrestler Alex Ocean went way too far. During ICW's No Holds Barred show on November 14th, Ocean took on Akira, and after hitting the Three Amigos suplex, yelled, "F Eddie Guerrero" to the crowd. This didn't go down well at all, as people lashed out online at this remark and on social media. Ocean apologized for what he called a tasteless comment in an attempt to attain cheap heat. The fact that his comments happened just one day after the 15th anniversary of Eddie's death certainly didn't help matters, so we hope Ocean has learned his lesson and his promise to do better actually happens. Back to WWE, and we all know that Sami Zayn isn't afraid to speak his mind, especially when it comes to politics. When President Trump said that Joe Biden only won the recent election by cheating, and in the eyes of the quote, fake news media, Zayn blasted the president's comments as an embarrassing and pathetic spectacle, and that's coming from someone who plays a whiny, paranoid coward on TV. With the McMahon family being so close to Trump, this could end up causing issues for the Intercontinental Champion, and with the president still refusing to concede, we'll have to see how things turn out both in the ring and in the White House. We are looking back at 2004 next, as Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle had some blockbuster matches that year at both WrestleMania and SummerSlam, but there was one match fans didn't get to see. In an interview with Lucha Libre Online's Michael Morales, Angle spoke about the brotherly relationship the two had, but also revealed how Guerrero confronted Angle backstage after a match, saying the Olympian was being too stiff. Angle explained that he didn't even touch Eddie, saying it had been his cohorts Luther Reigns and Mark Jindrak, but Eddie, full of his Latino heat, refused to listen, leading to a physical altercation between the two. After Angle was able to get Eddie in a front facelock, the Big Show was able to break the two up, and it just goes to show just how passionate Eddie was about his work, even if he was in the wrong. AEW next, as Shaq is coming to the promotion, and now we know he's already been in Daly's place. Redditor Space Force 1, who has been accurate in the past, is reporting that Shaq was backstage at the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view, and he might have been around for Dynamite as well. Thunder Rosa even dropped a selfie of her and the NBA legend, joking about Shaq's free throw percentage of 52.7%, as it seems Shaq was in attendance for AEW Dynamite, but the company held off using him. We'll have to see if Shaq laces up his boots for AEW down the line, but it's clear that something big is planned for the basketball star, and that it involves the recently debuted Jade Cargill. Back to WWE now, and given his recent rule about third-party deals and Zelina Vega's release from the company, not too many people are fans of Vince McMahon right now, but the chairman of the board has a defender. When speaking to the New York Post, The Undertaker defended the boss as a caring human being, and not the monster that people think he is. He added, "That's where the internet and all that stuff kind of show up. Just let him retire, just let him do this, let him do that. I'm a grown man, I can walk away anytime I want." It's clear that the dead man and McMahon are close, with the Phenom even saying that Vince is the first person he wants to hug when he returns. But we'll have to see how many more superstars have such positive things to say about the boss after recent decisions. From Undertaker to Kane now, as though he's decimated opponents for over 20 years, these days he's kept busy as the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Given that he's a mayor now, it seems like Kane is retired, but in an interview with Fox Sports, the Big Red Machine teased a possible return to the ring. He said, "You never say never in WWE, but at the same point in time, I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm comfortable not being in the wrestling ring. I've also gotten to the age where a lot of times I'm like, man, that looks like it hurts. I used to be, man, I wish I could be out there doing that. But now I'm kind of like, ooh, golly, these guys are a lot tougher than I am now. Nevertheless, if the opportunity arises, well, we'll see." That wasn't the only bombshell dropped recently by the Devil's favorite demon this week, as during the recent Brothers of Destruction documentary on the network, he revealed that he was nearly called Inferno before Bruce Pritchard came up with the name Kane. It's clear that Kane isn't ready to hang up his mask just yet, and time will tell whether he gets a celebration like his kayfabe brother when he finally decides to retire for good. More AEW news now, as Jon Moxley isn't just the AEW World Champion, but also the IWGP United States Champion, though isn't booked for New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom show in January. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer explained that Moxley hasn't asked AEW for any time off to make Wrestle Kingdom, and given Japan's strict quarantine policy, he'd need a lot of time off. He would have to miss the December 30th show, so he would have to miss one show. He could ask for the date, but Moxley has not asked Tony for the date. The fact that they made this match on December 2nd, and it was Tony's call, means that it 100% has nothing to do with the Tokyo Dome. The match in question is the Moxley vs. Kenny Omega World Title match scheduled for the December 2nd Dynamite, and though many fans would love to see Moxley defend his US title at Wrestle Kingdom, don't bet on it happening. Back to WWE, and John Cena is set for a huge role as Peacemaker in the upcoming Suicide Squad film, and now the cast, which includes Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, and Nathan Fillion, just got another huge name. It's been confirmed that Sylvester Stallone has joined the James Gunn project, and though we don't know who he'll play, it's rumored he could be the voice of King Shark. It's ironic that Sly could be voicing King Shark, as that's the same character Samoa Joe will voice in the upcoming Suicide Squad video game. And we'll have to see what other big names join Big Match John for the film scheduled for an August 2021 release. And we're ending with news of Chelsea Green's injury, as she's received what's being described as the best care package ever post-surgery. Green is recuperating a surgically repaired left wrist that she suffered during her SmackDown debut, and has been sent a care package full of Cheddar Puffs, crackers, crispy M&Ms, and even laxatives from AEW's Britt Baker. This injury is just the latest setback for Green, who's promised she'll be back, and with friends like Baker, at least Green can enjoy her recovery time away from the ring.